We weren't on Argus 9 for pleasure. The Outpost had gone dark 2 months ago, and Command wanted answers. My squad had been reduced to just 2 survivors. Me, Jarek Solan, a washed-up soldier with a glitchy brain implant, and Kaelen, the kind of officer who seemed carved from star iron itself. She was half human, half Ziri. An alien lineage that gifted her that unearthly grace, sharper senses, and a body sculpted by genetic perfection. I'd been careful to keep my admiration strictly professional. Till now. Her stare didn't break. My mouth opened, closed, opened again, useless as a broken airlock. Finally Kaelen smirked. You really don't know when your mind is leaking, do you? My throat went dry. It was the implant, I swear. She turned and kept walking. You'll explain yourself later. That should have been the end of it. Except the smirk she wore wasn't one of pure anger. There was something else flickering behind it. Curiosity. Inside the Outpost. Argus 9's corridors were eerily silent. We moved through the darkened station, flashlights sweeping over cracked bulkheads and flickering holoscreens. Something had torn through this place. We reached the command hub, and Kaelen set to work at the console. Power grid is fried. But she tapped a sequence, and a shard of data lit up. Logs survived. Someone tried to purge them. I scanned the shadows uneasily. Why erase records unless they were hiding something big? Her tail, slender, elegant, another mark of her Ziri heritage, flicked once behind her. We'll find out. The silence pressed in. My nerves frayed. And like a fool I thought again without filtering. She moves like gravity itself bends for her. How is a man supposed to keep his head straight with her around? This time, I didn't even realize the thought had slipped until Kaelen's shoulders tensed. Slowly she turned again, and in the dim light of the console, her lips curved into the kind of smile that wasn't entirely safe. Do all humans think like this? She asked softly. Or is it just you? The confrontation. I wanted to melt into the floor. It's not, I didn't mean. Her steps brought her close. Too close. I could see the faint shimmer of her bioluminescent markings under her collar, glowing faintly with her elevated heart rate. Honesty, she murmured, is rare among soldiers. Usually it's buried under layers of protocol and fear. Yet your broken implant blurts your desires freely. Her gaze locked with mine, sharp and unyielding. Do you know what that means, Jarek Solan? I shook my head, barely able to breathe. It means, she whispered, I don't have to wonder. My heart slammed against my ribs. For the first time I realized her response wasn't anger. It was fascination. But before either of us could say more, the Outpost shuddered. The threat revealed. Metal groaned. Somewhere deep below something moved. Kaelen snapped back to focus, her weapon sliding into her hands with liquid precision. We weren't alone. From the shadows emerged creatures like twisted echoes of the Ziri, elongated limbs, jagged exoskeletons, eyes burning with an unnatural red glow. Symbionts, Kaelen hissed. They've infested the crew. The fight was chaos. Plasma bolts lit the darkness as we tore through the swarm. My rifle roared, but for every creature that fell, 2 more seemed to crawl from the ducts. At one point, one of the beasts lunged at me from behind. I had no time to react, until Kaelen was suddenly there, her blade humming as it cleaved the thing in 2. Her movements were feral, devastating. Watching her fight was like watching poetry made of violence. My cursed thoughts whispered again. Even in battle, she's breathtaking. She could cut me down just as easily. And I'd thank her for it. She heard it. I knew she did. And when the last creature fell, she turned to me, chest heaving, armor spattered with ichor. "You're reckless," she said. "But perhaps not hopeless." Deeper into the outpost. We pushed further inside, chasing the signal of a distress beacon. Kaelen kept stealing glances at me, as if weighing her own thoughts against mine. At last we found the source, the station's central AI core. It flickered weakly, projecting a fractured hologram. "The crew," it stammered, "sacrificed to contain the breach. The infestation is adaptive, not biological, not machine. It learns." Kaelen frowned. "It means to spread beyond Argus 9. We had to destroy the outpost before the creatures could escape." But as we prepared the overload sequence, one final wave of symbionts poured in. The fight was brutal. I was thrown against a wall, ribs screaming, rifle skittering out of reach. A monster loomed over me, claws descending. And once again Kaelen was there. She drove her blade straight through its core, then dragged me to my feet. Her face was inches from mine, eyes blazing. "Stay alive, damn you. I'm not done with you yet." The escape. We triggered the self-destruct. The countdown thundered in the background as we sprinted through collapsing corridors. Fire bloomed, bulkheads tore apart. At the hangar our shuttle waited, but a massive symbiont blocked the path, larger than the rest, its body fused with half the station's machinery. Kaelen glanced at me. Together. We fought side by side, every strike in sync. My shots burned its armor. Her blade found its weak points. Finally, with a coordinated blast, we sent the thing crashing down in a shower of sparks. We barely made it aboard the shuttle before Argus 9 detonated behind us, the explosion lighting the void. Silence fell, broken only by the hum of engines, ending her response. I sat slumped in my chair, lungs burning, armor scorched. Kaelen leaned against the opposite wall, watching me. "You think too much with your eyes," she said finally. Groaned. "I told you, it's the implant. It leaks." She tilted her head. "And if it didn't, would you have ever told me what you thought?" My mouth went dry. "Probably not." Her expression softened. She stepped closer, the glow of the console painting her features in warm light. "Then perhaps your broken implant did us both a favor." Blinked. "Wait, you're saying?" Her tail flicked against my leg, deliberate, teasing. "You admire me, desire me, and I." She paused, eyes narrowing with dangerous amusement. "Find your honesty refreshing, even intoxicating." I stared stunned. She leaned close, lips brushing my ear. "So next time, soldier, don't accidentally speak your thoughts." Her golden gaze locked onto mine, sharp and unyielding. "Say them on purpose." And just like that, I knew my life had changed forever.